What's good? It's your boy Young House. We live and direct. We got a new episode of Popparotz TV. Right now, we going to Queens with it.
Yeah.
My dude, Roi Rap. What's good, bro?
It's the God. Everything healthy.
Peace to God. What's going on, brother?
Appreciate you for having me.
First of all, man, we gotta thank you for pulling up, man.
You know,
You got a dope single that's out right now. We gonna get into that.
appreciate you.
But we gonna get into a little bit of your backstory also. So you are from Queens, correct?
Fact.
What part of Queens?
Born for Rockaway.
Oh, damn.
You know, then I moved out to Long Island.
Boy, you had it hard.
And then it started, our beginnings.
Yeah.
And then through my passions, I ended up being back out in Jamaica, Queens.
Copy. All right.
Queens, and that's where I got into a lot of my lifestyle.
That's when you came of age at. Copy. I understand it.
I jumped off the porch at, basically.
I understand exactly what you're saying. So, like Queens is known for legendary MCs. Probably the best MC. I'm a Bronx guy, but I gotta say the best MCs overall probably come from Queens if you're talking about the 5 boroughs or what have you. So I know you probably had a bunch of major influences coming up as far as hip hop. So, to speak to that and speak what inspired you to, want to do what you're doing right now, be MC.
To be honest with you, man, I'm like a melting pot of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? What first turned me out to hip hop was actually I was a kid, little kid for real. What's the song? My Mom Playing Tricks on Me.
Scarface, Ghetto Boys.
Ghetto Boys. That's a fact. That's what first turned me out. Like it scared the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that turned me out to it. But what made me want to really start writing was actually CNN. That's what was bumping. I had all the influences. I had Rakim because I caught Rakim on his way out with Know the Ledge. You know what I'm saying?
Copy. 91, 92.
Yeah. I caught him on his way out when Pac was coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Copy.
So, those are my influences. Rakim, Pac. I caught the end of Big Daddy Kane. Then going forward, of course, Nas. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't too much of a Biggie fan at that time because I was young. I was running around the street. I wasn't really focusing on money like that, so I didn't really relate.
Copy.
You know what I'm saying?
Copy.
But then I love De La Soul. You know what I'm saying? So I love Tribe Called Quest. You know what I'm saying?
One big melting pot, like you said.
So I'm just a melting pot of hip hop.
You a hip hop baby?
Yeah.
For
I
real,
used to tape the music videos that was coming on the
Video Music Box, Ralph McDaniels.
Video Music Box, The Box at the time.
Stretch Armstrong.
We was really recording most of the videos at the time when me and my brother started recording off like Rap City.
Copy.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So see, that's for all you post
Rap
2000
City,
babies. Y'all, I don't even know. Y'all gotta Google.
Yeah, MTV Raps.
Bill Bellamy. Yeah. All right, so you a hip hop head for real, bro? Okay, cool. That's dope. So it's like like a lot of artists that come from Queens, you coming from Far Rock, by way of South Side. A lot of times your environment, has a major effect on what you talk about in your lyrics and your songs. So how did the environment that you grew up in, influence what you was talking about?
Well, hey, the environment was definitely different than right now. There was a lot more codes and morals. Like you couldn't just step outside and just jump on anybody's block or just hang out with anybody's crew. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't come on certain blocks. This is the time of when you can't walk on a block. Like if you walk, like everybody in the neighborhood or around that area knows that they can't walk on the block. You know what I'm saying? They walk around the block. So it was a lot of pressure, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the survival of the fittest. So either you're gonna adapt or you're gonna get eaten up by what's going on. So that's what more so influenced a lot of my music because I was really outside there.
Copy.
Like everybody say I'm outside. It's a slogan. We had to be outside because there was no internet.
No choice.
We had no choice. We had to be outside to have fun. You understand? And that means, depending on what type of friends you had, it brought you into certain neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? And you had to adapt to that.
Certain situations, and you putting yourself on the line.
Yeah, you put yourself on the line.
And you being a kid, you don't even realize it because you so caught up in the moment until you get older, and it's like, damn, man, I was wilding.
Yeah. Me and my right hand man talk about that all the time. Like, yo, we was fucking. You know what I'm saying? But then when you get older, you come of age, and then you gotta pay bills. You outside, you get money, you want to be fly and all that. You know what I mean? You grew up to all the other hustlers and everything like that. So, you know, that's just the story, and that's what I speak about, and that's what I went through. But I really did it to a different T. I didn't really care about being the flashiest or everything like that. I more cared about stacking my money. I'm great on money management.
Copy. So, unfortunately, you know, you ended up being incarcerated through the process. Now, we don't need to go into like the specific details of the situation, but like, you know, everybody that come from a certain background, certain lifestyle has a moment where they say, okay, let me just fall back from certain things and let me just focus on, you know, this music or what have you. So, what was your moment? Was it during, you know, your incarceration? What was the moment where you say, yo, let me just fall back and really focus on music 100%?
Well, I was incarcerated a couple times before this last time. And,
Copy.
This last time, only thing that made it different this last time was that, you know, I had a daughter. All the times I ain't had no responsibility. This time I had a daughter. The only responsibility I had was me. You know what I'm saying? This time I had a daughter. So that slowed me down because that bid killed me. You know, just for that simple fact. But other than that, when I came home, it's like the game was all right. When I went in, one of the people that was already in it that I knew from the town was like, "Yo, if they got you, the game is over." So when I came home, it's like the game done. People telling left and right. You know what I mean? And so I said, I got to switch it up. It didn't come to me right away. You know, I sat down. I networked. I happen to be a gamer. You know what I'm saying? So through gaming, somebody I was online with, he had a business. You know what I mean? He had a medical courier business. He hired me, gave me a shot. You know what I mean? He related to me because he had just come home from doing 5 years. So he related to me. He gave me a shot. I soaked up the game, and you know, once it came to the point where things got a little shaky with me and him, I just went on home.
Copy.
So now I run a medical courier company that makes me about $86,000 a year off just one pharmacy.
That's dope. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you, this is why I tell you it's dope, because it's an inspiration for other people who come from the same situation or have you and think that they don't got no choice, and you showing them now, like, if I could figure this out and I was knee deep in whatever, then y'all could do what I'm doing or what have you.
If I could speak to that, I don't mean to cut your wisdom.
No.
But everybody just need to know that come home from those type of situations, that's on parole or whatever. They just need to know you got to do, and this is the most important thing. If they can hold on to this, they'll make it through their parole, no violations, nothing. You got to do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do. The only reason why we come home and we violate parole is because a lot of us got the mentality that we gonna do whatever we want to do. When they got their grips on you, and sometimes that's the whole point of that song. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You need to know how to play this game. The point is to stay on the street. The point is to make more money. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do.
Facts. I like the way you broke that down, bro. I definitely like the way you broke that down. So now we're going to transition from you coming home and doing what you're doing right now, you know, and focus on the music. And it seemed like you already was doing it for a hot minute, but now it's just kind of like, you know, you really just dotting your I's and crossing your T's and, you know, really, you know, putting, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep, it's that time.
So, long story short, now we going to get into the single, IDM 2. You know what I mean? You got two Queens legends on that single.
Yeah, my brothers.
Now, it's people that know them know it's hard to get, you know, those two, get those two on the track.
Yeah, you right.
I love them guys to death, man. But, you know, they real picky about who they work with and who they deal with. So how did you put that collab together?
That collaboration came together through my brother, Royal Flush.
Copy.
Royal Flush, governor of Queens. Shout out my bro.
Shout out Royal Flush.
That's like my bro. Like, that's my brother. Like, it ain't about music. You understand what I'm saying? So I was just with him going to going to the podcast on the Chow, which is Tragedy Gaddafi.
Copy.
So Tragedy Gaddafi invited him for the interview. I was just in the background, fly on the wall type situation. You know what I'm saying? After the interview, we all was building, as you know, the natural guards is around each other. We gonna build.
Facts.
So we was building, and just after everything, Traj was like, "Yo, man, I only gotta go right here, and then I'm with y'all for the rest of the night. Like I'm just mobbing, like it don't matter." You know what I mean? So we was like, "All right, bet." So Flush was like, "Yo, listen, we mobbing, we outside, we ain't really doing nothing. You got the studio?" I said, "Yeah, I got the studio." So I hit my man Ev Richardson. He owns Richardson Studios out in Freeport. So I hit him up, and he was like, "Yo, come through." He's a lover of the culture as well. You know what I mean? Hip hop baby, just like me. So he was like, "What? You got Flush and Tragedy Gaddafi with you?" He was like, "Bro, I'm at the studio. Pull up." So we went through. We pulled up. Flush was, going through the music in his head. He didn't write this verse. He's going through the music in his head, and through that, he inspired Traj to do the same thing. So Traj went and did the same thing. I wrote my verse. They had to leave, so they left. I laid my verse. They was leaving when I was in the booth laying my verse. I laid my verse, and then because I executive produced the record as well.
Copy. All right.
Right. So I let them hear the raw version, and when Traj heard the raw version, Noriega tells this story about when Traj heard his verse on Blood Money when he came in, that he was like this. And Nori ain't know whether he liked him or not, whether he liked the song or not, right? But that's how Traj is when he really rock with something. Like he ice grill, you think he want beef with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how he is. So I had seen Traj in a concert in Connecticut with Flush, and when he seen me, he walked up to me. He did that same thing. He was like, "Yo," because mind you, we all turned up, we twisted and all that. He leaves. He left the studio. So he like, "Yo, that's you on that record?" I was like, "Yeah, man, you was with me in the spot when I recorded. What you talking about?" He was like, and he did that ice grill like, you know what I'm saying? And that sealed the deal for me. Now he asked me, he said, "Yo, what you want to do with the record?" He said him and Havoc was doing a project, and he wanted to know if I wanted to give it to him for the project. Guess that didn't work. Whatever they're doing, they'll continue to work on that. But I thought about it myself, and I said, "Nah, I need the record." And he said, "All right, that's peace, God." So from there, I went and got the record mixed down. That's where you hear the scratches and all that. I told the engineer to implement all that. And before the record originally started, the record was originally Flush, Traj, and me. I rearranged it to make me, Traj, Flush, to match the energy of the whole record.
Copy.
And that's how that all came together.
All right, you got on your P Diddy shit, and what's dope is that from the whole story that you're telling, it happened organic. It wasn't forced. It wasn't rehearsed. Y'all all was in the same space at the same time, and that's the best kind of hip hop where it's not forced and it's just everything happens naturally. Because you can hear the record, sometimes you can hear certain records and you say like, okay, it doesn't sound organic. It just sounds
placed together.
But then with this situation, you could tell it's like you rocking with it from beginning to end. You feel me? It grabs you, it moves you to the point where you want to play it like 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So like when I first heard it, I played this shit like 3, 4, 5 times. Salute to you and salute to y'all. So let's get into the video. Who shot the video?
My man Richie 4K shot the video. That's the genius behind the camera.
All right,
that's my guy. He shoots for Richie 4K is bad. He's a bad man.
And what location did y'all use? Because I love the background, man. With
you know that's a Queens location.
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Queens location, man. That's a Hall of Fame, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's the South in Jamaica, right?
Yeah. Shout out to my boy E. You know what I mean? The back of the Coliseum shit.
Copy.
E, you know what I mean? He longtime friend, and he looked out on that. So I gave him a call, and he was like, "Rap, you don't ask no more. You good?"
All right, cool. You see, that's dope. How you taking the networking and you leveraging, the people that you coming across, and y'all building, and it's organic, and y'all got good chemistry, and you got good energy. Because if you didn't have good energy, people wouldn't want to deal with you.
Exactly. I was a good dude before I got locked up. I've always been, like I tell people, even in the music business, I wasn't a piece of crap on the street. So I'm not gonna be a piece of crap in the business. You know what I'm saying?
Copy.
I just carry myself the same way. And before I went away, these are all my people.
Copy.
You know what I mean? These are all my network. These are all my people I broke bread with.
So these are people that you already was embedded with before you got locked up, and you know, you clearly a stand-up guy or whatever because they wouldn't be rocking with you and dealing with you how they dealing with you. So you know, before we go ahead and get into the video, leave a word of inspiration for once again the dudes that just came from your same situation, being locked down for a certain amount of time, and they trying to go ahead and get their shit now that they home, get their situations right.
Do what you gotta do what you have to do, so you can do what you want to do.